Guys, Brian back here with a look at Bitcoin. One thing I do want to address right off bat, and comments are comments. I leave them alone. They are what they are. But somebody said that they commented that I put up different price targets for each video I do. Now, maybe they're confused with. I was in on a daily on this thing. I know where the 618 is at on a weekly. All right, I've been calling it out for months and months. Okay, the 618. I expected that retracement. The 618 came in. We got the knockback. All right, now we're pushing up through the 618. 702 is next, but I think where the confusion came in, we were on a daily on this thing. All right, looking at this chart, and right here at 45,000 bucks. All right, was where I expected something to happen here. Okay, the 45 up to the 45.9, expected some kind of action to happen in there, and actually nothing ended up happening there. It ended up blowing right through there. All right, and you can see it pushed right up through that area. Now the 1.618 on here is a $55,479 target. Keep that number in mind because that's going to come back to play here in just a second. I got something I want to show you here that it might. I believe it's right up around that 55,000 range. Let me see here. I apologize. Let me change my my Wi-Fi here. Should come right back on, but there we go. Okay, now 55,479. If we go out here, back on the weekly, 55,479. I'm just kind of curious here. That 1618 is, it amazes me sometimes, this thing. All right, now down here, all right, if you zoom in, a wave 2 can correct up to 99% of wave 1. That's Elliott roll wave. That is the rolls. All right, you can see there it's just a slight higher high. Okay, right here on here. All right, so if this is these Elliott waves, if you're not familiar with Elliott waves, the Elliott wave theory is the wave moves up in markets, moves down in markets, in waves. Okay, sets of 5. And if you go through your charts, you'll find numerous sets of 5 waves, 3 waves, the 5 3 5s. I mean, they're all over the place. ABCs, or 3 waves, they're everywhere. All right, so now if we take the trend-based fib from the low to the high to the retracement, right about, I want to get it as close as I possibly can. There. All right, now if we pull this down, we're going to look at 54.7. All right, so that would pull us down here. And doesn't this look like a, all you guys out there at chart, I'm sure you can see as clear as I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this 5th wave up here. Okay, now if this 5th wave comes up here, all right, we're on this weekly chart. Let's get this off here now. Wouldn't this wrong foot the market? And everybody knows out there, the crypto market is well known for wrong footing everybody. All right, look, it would just poke through the 702. The 702 is at 53. If this thing hit 54.70, everybody would be like, oh boy, we're through the 702, here we go. Wouldn't that wrong foot 99% of the market? You know what I'm saying? We bust up through there and we break that 702. I'll bet you there is a ton of sell orders at $53,000. I would almost bet on that one. That's 702. If you don't know how to put this on your chart, guys, just click on it, just like this. Go to settings. All right, come down here. It won't be on there. All right, you're gonna have to go over. It'll be unchecked. Just come down here, click it, hit 0, backspace, 0.702, and then hit OK. For some reason, this area tends to have a lot of action around that 702 Fibonacci area. So keep an eye on that. If this thing comes up and hits 54.7, if this is a 5 wave up and it ends up hitting 54.7, you're going to see all these longs jump in the market. And if it gets rejected there, boy, oh boy, that could start a massive cascade event. And if we come over here and look at the open interest, let's take a look at it real quick on CoinGlass. Look at it up here. It is up to 46.6 billion. That's up 5.5% from yesterday, and it just keeps climbing. All right, 24-hour liquidations are at 197.9 million. That's up 65% from yesterday. 24-hour volume for the crypto market, 136.9 billion. That's up 69.5%. And then you have 51.38% long and 48.62% short. Then if we come down here, look at the volume last 24 hours on these things. Bitcoin 89%, BNB 142, Ordi up about 180%. Some big numbers down through here. I quite honestly think that since Bitcoin broke that 618, I think that there is a lot of people thinking that this thing's going to the moon. And it could. It absolutely could. But I do want to show you a few things, all right? A weekly, if we pull up the RSI on here, look what we got down here. We got some bearish divergence. We got this high. We have a lower high. And then on price action, you have right here, you have this high, and you have a higher high on price. All right, so we got some bearish divergence on the weekly. I know the weekly is just starting up. You got your monthly at a 100 and a 100. Just about peaked out. But I know a lot of people on YouTube are thinking, we broke this 618, that's it, we're going. And I believe that if this thing breaks through that 702 and gets up to this, what is it, 54.7, 54.5, whatever, and that's where the rejection comes in, it's going to catch a lot of people wrong-footed. But, we'll see what happens here with it. The daily, all right, I don't see any bearish divergence here on the daily. The 12-hour looks like it's going to get a higher high. The 8-hour, same thing. And then on the 4, we do have bearish divergence on the 4-hour chart too. You can see this high, lower high on price. And then, of course, just higher highs up through here on price action. But the weekly one, that's one that's got me a little nervous here for the bearish divergence. And then, of course, your monthly is up at a 100 and a 100 here. So we'll see what happens, guys. But, be extremely careful out there. All right, there's going to be a ton of sell orders up here at 53. That's just the way it goes. I believe that. Another thing, if you look at the volume down here in the bottom, there is no massive volume in here to back this breakout out. Look at it. I mean, just nothing in there saying we're going to the moon to me. Different. We break that 702 and 786 up at 57.6. Then you're going to see, probably people screaming and jumping. We're going to the moon then. But, I just don't know. With maybe wave 1, 2 there. I don't know. We'll see what happens, guys. But quite honestly, be very, very careful around this 53. Going to be a major area. We got some bearish divergence on that weekly. Could it take out this bearish divergence? It could. But you can see it starting to curve just a hair right now. Okay. It's not actually, of course, it could run, it could run the whole way out here yet, and it's still going to turn out to be bearish divergence. You know what I mean? To break it, it's going to have to, come up here a lot higher to take it out. Right now, it's down there pretty low, and you can see a little bit of a bend in it there already. We are above the moving average there on the weekly. You can see that, but just super, super careful. You're going to have to keep an eye out there. And even if this thing, I know a lot of people out there are going to be selling at 53. Even if you do sell at 53, you can jump back in on a back test or a retest. You're going to have a pullback. I mean, Bitcoin has numerous pullbacks in a bull run. I just don't see us taking out this previous all-time high, not this early. No, it's February. Haven't even had the Bitcoin halving yet. We haven't had a retracement for the 2021 bull run yet. Like we did back in 2019. We had the retracement first right back here. Right. If you look at this was the 2017 bull run. The retracement happened here. Then we pulled down. What was it? What Bitcoin pulled down? We're not going to pull down this much this time, I don't believe, but 50%. Then we had COVID. That's without COVID. And then we started marching our way up here. But right after this pullback is when Bitcoin really started to, besides COVID, if you got rid of that, we would have been well off into our, starting our bull run. And then in the fall, that's when it really started picking up. So we have not had a retracement yet from 2021. Okay, that's another reason I believe we're going to get a rejection. That's my personal opinion. Take it for what it's worth. Please do your own thing. Please don't come back and say, "Oh, I bet my house that you told me it was coming down." I'm not telling you it's doing anything. I'm saying I'm leaning towards a rejection. We got that bearish divergence on the weekly. The monthly RSI's peaked out. The daily RSI's peaked out. Going to have some kind of reaction there. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Please hit the like and subscribe, and I'll be back to you very soon. Have a great day, everybody.